Broski.
Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs. Welcome back to Sector 1 Sim Racing's YouTube channel, and tonight we have for you the round 1 of our community series racing with the Lago Maggiore Group 4 Underbob. My name is Carbon Boy, and joining me tonight in the comms box is none other than the plumber himself, Mr. Bumcrack. Mr. Bumcrack, are you there, mate?
Yes, how are you, Carbon Boy?
I am doing rather well, actually. It's a bit of a change of scenery being in here on a Saturday night instead of the Thursdays that we have traditionally run the community series on, but we've received some feedback from our drivers over a period of time after the end of the season, and it was the general consensus that most of the guys preferred running on either a Friday or a Saturday night as opposed to the Thursday. So we like to think we listen to feedback and take it on board, and it was deemed that Saturday night is the better of the two. So here we are.
Certainly.
It's
Round.
Sorry?
Yep, I was just going to say round 1 here, and we should be able to kick them in the... They're getting very impatient out there, I think.
Probably should tell the viewers where we are, actually. We are in the glorious, I believe it's Italy, I don't know. I was blindfolded and thrown on an aeroplane. So I'm going to assume that I'm somewhere in Italy at Lago Maggiore. We are running the Beast course tonight, and we are also sticking to our tried and tested community series format. As such, is a 10-minute qualifier followed by a 20-minute sprint race, followed by a second 20-minute sprint race, which happens to be a reverse grid. So what that does is, if you happen to win the first sprint race, that means for the second race you will be starting at the back of the grid, and vice versa. So it can be a bit of a master strategy to finish last in the first race, and that way you get to start on pole for the second race. It's worked out well for myself and a few other drivers over the course of the community series. When it doesn't work is when you've got someone who's very, very quick and has their sights set on doing a last to first challenge. Yeah, no comment on that one, I think. So without further ado, I think I should probably stop yapping, and we should push the start button onto qualifying so we can get these guys underway, because they are looking pretty antsy down there in the pits.
They are getting there. I think everybody's all ticked in by the looks of that. And the big red button has been hit.
Beautiful. So say hello to a couple of the guys in chat. Robert Rice, good evening. Mr. Rainbow Socks, who is also out on track, says hello in the YouTube chat as well. Debrev, good evening to you too. Hello, Mr. Racing Accountant. Mr. Good Doc, a grid filler would be nice if you're super keen. We have just kicked off qualifying, but if you're happy to jump in, we're more than happy to have you. So we've got our drivers out on track now. First
everybody.
Almost everybody?
Yep.
Well, zero placement in the Black Rose racing car. Was first out on track, has had a bit of a moment at turn 5. AKA some nasty words that I can't say on stream just yet is my nickname for that corner. I struggled with that one in particular a lot in our Cat 2 race last week. That was not a fan of mine. So first out on track we have in the Humecorp livery is a former S1 driver who's unfortunately had to step back from the main game series due to, real life things getting in the way. damn real life for taking priority over sim racing, but you know, that's how it goes. It's none other than Mr. Spreadsheet himself, aka Excel. With that Hooncourt livery looking very resplendent in the afternoon sunshine. Next on track behind him is a relatively new to me driver. I've actually never come across this guy before, so I am very, very keen to see how he goes tonight. He's in the Datsun livery. Mr. Griffo. Next in line in track, running the beautiful Tyre Power Launceston Blacklight Motorsports livery is none other than my boss and a long-time racer, Mr. Pruski himself. Another very, very new to me driver is driving your team's livery tonight, the Kraken Motorsports livery. Mr. Now I know it's not 9 PM yet, but this is his username, I can assure you, Mr. Willie.com. So I think we're just going to run with Willie tonight. So just rolls off the tongue a little bit easier, I think. Next on track, running the Symmetry Motorsports livery, is another former driver from S1 who also had to step back due to real life things. Damn, this real life getting in the way. It's taking away some pretty quick drivers. Is Mr. Kaizen. It's been looking pretty rapid tonight in the practice starts, and currently pops himself into second on the grid with a 123.5. Certainly not to be sneezed at. I've been a little bit slow going through the drivers, so I'm just going to have to improvise a little bit here. Running the Doghouse livery tonight is the Ironheart Sim Sports driver, Mr. Rainbow Sox. And last but not least, running the Thunder Esports livery is a Super Fun Happy. Now, if I can just double check, I am pretty sure that might be his online user ID, but I can assure you that we're just going to refer to Mr. Super Fun Happy as George for this evening. So right now at the top of our grid in first position is Zero Placement. he's not got zero placement, he's got number one placement at this point in time with a 123.322. Which, if you can remember your lap times, Mr. Bumcrack, how quick does that make him? That's somewhere around Cat 2B, I'd say.
I'd say so. Cat 1. I reckon 1B. That's pretty fast.
Sorry, 1B. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. As our top. Well, 4 of our top 5 drivers are coming in for a fresh shed of rubber. Seems to be the go. Excel stays out. He's currently P2, just over half a second behind zero placement. We'll take a look how he's looking through the second sector, coming up through the Ferrari S's. Very smooth. Taking a beautiful line over those curbs, using every little bit of track, including a little bit of grass, but that's okay. I didn't quite catch the sector split there.
Can bring it up.
It's got a beautiful exit coming out of the final turn though, mini NASCAR. Onto the main straight now. What can he crank out over the line? Oh, it's not been a great lap, unfortunately. Third position at the moment, Mr. Kaizen is running on his outlap at the moment. Got Griffo in P4 on a flyer. He's managed his best lap of the previous lap. He's got a 124.131. Beautiful green and black Datsun livery.
Does look good, doesn't it?
It's been a bit of a theme, a couple of colour schemes going on the Sector 1 grid this season. Green has exploded in popularity, as has the pink on multiple teams' liveries now.
Has actually, yes.
So two colours that weren't exactly super common on teams' liveries they're starting to take over a little bit. And I'm all for more colour on the grid. I am 100% behind that. It keeps us in the comms box on their toes as well, because if you glance really quickly at cars, it is possible to confuse them, as I have done so many times in the past.
Well, no matter how big the billboard is, sometimes you might not get it.
So again, I shall extend apologies in advance to team owners if I happen to get your cars mixed up. Excel's into the pits for a fresh set of boots as well. Kaizen, P3. Pruski's doing well, sitting in P6. 500s ahead of Rainbow Sox, the junior Ironheart driver. Pruski has moved himself up into P5 with a beautiful lap there, 124.176. Unfortunately,
Zero's just gone a little bit faster again.
123.224. That is, that's getting into vomit bag territory. I've just had a quick glance over at the YouTube chat, and it seems that we might be having a good doctor joining after qualifying.
Okay.
So I believe off the top of my head, if he joins after qualifying, the game automatically defaults him to the back of the grid.
I believe it does.
So hopefully that will save us the headache of having to manually set a grid, which I'm sure you are more than happy about.
I'm always stoked with that one.
It's certainly never the easiest thing to do.
No, I've just got to remember to take a photo of the screen.
Rainbow Sox is on his outlap. Might just jump on board with him. Hopefully you don't put the Mozza on him. But he's on his outlap. It's less than a minute to go in qualifying, so he will get over the line. But he's only going to have one more fast flyer to be able to see if he can elevate himself up from P7 currently. Just jumped on board with him in the lovely in-car footage. Get a nice look at that beautiful blue and green race suit he's got going on. He's into turn 1, hard on the brakes, glides across the curb, ducks into the inside turn 2, keeps it nice and tight, steady on the power. Turn 3 is a bit of a tricky one. As is turn 4, it is very easy to miss the apex there. Doesn't quite nail it, but doesn't do too badly. This one, turn 5. I don't think I've been able to get this right yet. Rainbow Sox shows me how it's done. Into the Ferrari S's. Come on, game, give me a sector split. I want to see how he's doing. Doesn't take too much curb. There we go, he's up. 1.5 tenths. If he can absolutely nail this final turn, he will be able to move up onto the grid.
Excel's put himself up in the second place. Clutch lap.
Zero placement went even quicker again with a 123.1. Rainbow Sox does improve on his personal best time. Unfortunately, can't improve his position. And that is us done for qualifying. So we're just going to do a quick recap of our qualifying results. So in P1, 0 placement with a 123.149. That is very, very rapid indeed. P2, Excel with a 123.538. So a little bit of a gap there, but I don't know. There's, as we all know, there's qualifying pace and then there's race pace. They can be two very different things. P3 is Kaizen with a 123.781. P4 is Griffo with a 124.1. P5, Pruski with a 124.176, only 400ths behind Griffo. That should be a good battle to keep an eye on tonight. P6 is Willie with a 124.2. Again, I think he's going to be in... There's a lot of jokes I can make right there, but I'm restraining myself, believe me. He'll be getting himself involved in that battle, I think. P7 is Rainbow Socks in a 124.3, and rounding out our grid tonight is George, P8, with a 126.3. So Big George was struggling just that little bit there in qualifying, but hopefully come the race he will be able to find his feet and get himself up into the mix. So now that we've capped off our qualifying, has the good doc managed to join in?
Got the good doc and Morgan Davey there awaiting to end this race and manually set this grid.
Do we have to set it manually, do we?
Yes.
Ah.
Otherwise it was going to go straight into the race without them.
Right. Okay. Just when you thought we could, you know, do something simply and smoothly, GT7, yeah, it says no. But that's okay. We can deal with that. We've dealt with a lot worse that PD and GT7 have dished out to us over the years. So yes, thank you very much to Good Doc and Morgan for jumping in, getting a field up to 10 drivers now, which is always good to have more people on board. It was looking a little bit quiet tonight, not going to lie, but that's okay. It is the start of the community series.
Why can't I manually set the grid?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to have a quick little break here while we sort out the tech, and we will get back to you shortly. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, my apologies for the slight delay there. I'm not going to lie, I am a little bit rusty at doing this. It's been a bit of an extended break in the off season, but that's okay. We've managed to sort things out as quickly as we can. And from what I'm hearing from Mr. Bumcrack, our grid is all set and ready to go.
And it's a bigger grid than we left qualifying with too, so I've just hit the button then.
Exactly. We've had a couple of our full-time drivers in the form of the Good Doc and Morgan Davies jump in, so hopefully these guys can make it a little bit more entertaining for you all. As the cars are now out on the grid. Five lights. And away we go. It looks like a very, very clean start. Zero placement. Holds his own into turn one. Excel in hopper chute. He's got Kaizen right on his rear bumper. Oh, Excel catches a little bit of grass on the exit of turn two there. Drops him back a little bit. It's a pretty feisty little battle here for 4th, 5th and 6th as they fan out. Everyone's looking good though. Got Willie right up the back of Brewski.
It's absolutely zero argy-bargy in the first couple of corners too. Very impressive.
I like it. I like it a lot. Community Series off to a clean start. Can't ask for more than that. Brewer looks like he's got his hands full with Willie coming through the Ferrari S's. I'm trying my hardest to keep a straight face here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm struggling, not going to lie. Behind them, got Griffo. Morgan Davies already up into P7 after starting. He started dead last, didn't he?
No. I think he was
second last or dead last, either way.
Yeah, very close in the back. And
I've put the Mozzer on him as he has a lot of trouble keeping it on the grass coming through turn 1 and 2. Greg's another late addition in the Ironheart Sim Sport car. Sitting in P8. Rainbow Socks ahead of his ahead of the Good Doc at the moment, but he's right up the back at Greg's. He's looking very, very racy going into turn 5. Good Doc running the Ironheart Sim Sport community livery. They have picked up a new sponsor this season. They've had a little bit of a change of colour from green to red. And did I just see? I swear I just saw. I've got Brewer and Willie going side by side down the main straight. Willie holds the inside. Can Pruski get the cut back? Oh, not quite. Gets really good drive. He's putting a lot of pressure on him. But what this is doing is bringing Morgan Davies up into the mix. He's managed to make his way into P6. Check back in on our leaders, I think. Zero placement. He's working hard. He's currently got the fastest lap. Mind you, it's lap 3, so calm down, Carbon Boy. But he has set a 123.3 race lap, which I'm pretty sure that's about 2/10 off He's qualifying, and the sector split through those Ferrari S's has him, well, pretty much the same. So we could have a, well, I'd say we're definitely going to have a new fastest lap this time around. It's looking very rapid. He's managed to work out a 1.6 second gap, but that is coming down, and I have put the commentator's curse on him as he's dropped a 123.384. Excel's doing well in P2. He's dropped a couple of 123.7s. Very consistent. He's holding his own with a 1.1 second back to Kaizen in P3.
Kaizen seems to handle that part of the track a little bit better. He just catches in a tenth or two.
Yep, he has definitely taken a little bit of taken a chunk of time out of him there. Keep an eye on that gap. It's hovering at about the second at this point. Checking back in on Willie. He's in P4. He's managed to drop Brewer off. He's had a bit of a slide down the table. Down to P7. But Willie's got Morgan Davies in hot pursuit. 1.4 seconds behind. Morgan's only 3/4 of a second in front of Griffo, so Griffo's having a good race by the looks of it, sitting in P6. Now this will be a battle to keep an eye out for. We've got Brewer, Greggs, and the Good Doc. It's P7, 8, 9. Rainbow Socks has played Morse code on the rear bumper of the Good Doc coming down the main straight. Who's too wide with Greggs going into turn 1. Oh, a little bit of bumping and grinding. Oh, that is a lot of bumping and grinding, boys.
Young fella in there trying to be noticed.
Oh, the Rainbow Socks. Did Rainbow Socks just hang it around the outside of the Good Dog?
I think he just
I think we're going to need to. I think we're going to need to see that on our GSM accounting live action replay. Let's see if I can remember how to do this.
And he blew it.
As we have a look into turn 2, Rainbow Socks around the outside. Sorry, that's not turn 2. That's turn 4. Learn to count, Carbon Boy. Ah, you'd think I'd know better. But that's alright. That was a fantastic move. Unfortunately, how did he manage to blow that? Bunker?
Oh, the Good Doc took him up the inside on the very next corner.
Ah, a bit of tit for tat going on here with the Good Doc and Rainbow.
I think Rainbow might have overcooked his brakes a little bit.
Very easy to do here.
Extremely.
I overcooked a lot of things at this track last week. My front tyres were one of them.
It was a tough day at the office last week.
I was feeling very proud of myself staying on your rear bumper for the 5 or 6 laps that I managed to, and then, well, it didn't go too well from that point.
No, I had been sweating for a bit.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Morgan's gets very close to Willie now.
He is. There is some more. There's a bit of more. There's a lot of Morse code going on through the Ferrari S's. We're going to see a move. Morgan fans out to the inside. Battle of the breakers in a mini NASCAR. Both drivers giving each other plenty of room, which is fantastic to see. I think Morgan's... Oh, it's a good old-fashioned drag race down the main straight.
Yeah.
Who's got the biggest set into turn 1 and 2? Morgan's got the inside line. Parks it beautifully on the inside. But I don't think Willie's going to go away anytime soon. He's going to hang around the back of Morgan there. Checking back in up the front. Zero has managed to extend his lead out to 3.6 seconds. So what we saw in the early practice was an indicator of how quick this guy is. He's certainly putting a stamp of authority over this race. He's got his head down. He's banging out very consistent laps in the mid to high 23s. Excel is doing his, I can't help myself here. Excel is excelling as well in P2. He's managed to work out a gap of just about 2.5 seconds back to Kaizen in P3. Who's also, well, he's cranking out fairly consistent laps in the 24s. Had a bit of a moment on, well, the last 2 laps. He's been up in the 25s. But he's still keeping himself clear. He's got 2.7 seconds back to Morgan Davies, who's still got Willie hot on his heels. It's only half a second back. Got Willie in the Kraken livery.
Seems to be hanging in there quite tenaciously too.
Oh, there's a lovely battle here going on with Pruski and Greggs, P7 and 8.
Yes, they're not leaving each other alone at all.
Now he's got the good doc. These two have raced together for many, many years. Good mates too. Both of them are Tasmanian lads, living not that far away from each other. Rainbow Sox is looking very racy behind the Good Doc. He wants to get by, but Good Doc puts the car very defensive, says, you know, if you want to overtake me, mate, you're going to have to do it the hard way around the outside. Very good with the car placement, the Good Doc. Just knows where to put it, so if you want the overtake, he definitely makes you work for it. There's no easy passes with him. Brewer's looking for a way back past Greggs, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen just yet. Someone who I think we should probably give a little bit of TV time is George. He's a little bit off the back of this battle pack. He's about 7 seconds behind, but he's still soldiering on. And he's actually done really well on lap 5. He's set his personal best lap of a 25.7. Lap times are a little bit up and down, but you know, here in the Community Series, it's not just about winning. It's about having fun and actually finishing the race, even if things may not be going your way. I've just checked in on the YouTube chat. Slappers, mate, has chimed in. He's got his vote for Griffo to be on the podium, hopefully with a master strategy. And also a belated happy birthday to Griffo, who celebrated his 68th birthday last week. So happy birthday, Griffo. You've got one more to the magic one. So next year should be an absolutely magical birthday for you, I would imagine. So, 0 placement. He's now extended that lead out to 6.5 seconds with a bit over 6 minutes to go in race 1. So, fairly safe to say, pending any unforeseen commentators' curses. He's probably got this one sewn up. Excel, P2, managed to crank a lead out back to... Oh, hello, Morgan Davies up into P3. Oh, I've been talking too much, and we have completely missed that. My apologies.
Really had a moment.
Oh, Kaizen has had a big moment. He's dropped from P3 back down to P6.
Like the shaker.
That is a bit unfortunate, but that's okay. I'm sure he'll bounce back from it. And worst case scenario, there's always a reverse grid of race 2.
That's correct.
So Griffo, he's been sitting on the rear bumper. No, it was Willie sitting on the back of... No, it was Willie on the back of Prua. And it was Griffo on the back of Morgan. Right, cool. As some of our regular viewers will know, I am easily confused at the best of times, and with all these new drivers, it is rather tricky to keep a track of them.
Well, Griffo's just not letting Morgan Davey go.
No, he's always... That's a... That was a very ambitious move down the inside. Morgan's covered it off by just parking the car on the apex and saying, no you don't. We'll keep an eye on this, because I think by turn 5 we're probably going to see another overtaking attempt.
I think that'll allow Willie another shot in there too.
Still hanging around, using every little bit of the track there. They've just managed, this little 3-car battle has just managed to skip away from Kaizen. Yeah, lap 10 there, he's had a 1:27.9, so he's had a little bit of a moment. And unfortunately, that little bit of a moment has cost him 3 spots. Greg's back in P7. He's managed to get a little bit of a lead out to Rainbow Sox, who's now into P8. So Rainbow Sox has managed to overtake both the Good Doc and Pruski. I think the young fellow will be very, very happy about that. I wonder how the Good Doc feels about seeing a tyre-powered liveried car in front of him.
Conflicted.
Certainly be an interesting feeling. I mean, I'm used to seeing an APR car in front of me, but it's usually got bright yellow wheels, so there's not a problem with that. If I were to see an APR car with bright orange wheels in front of me, yeah, I'd probably have some difficulty processing that. Gap between Rainbow Sox and Greg's, about 1.1 seconds.
Griffo's making a move on Morgan.
Oh, hello, into turn 5. Hasn't quite got the run going up the hill.
Oh, bargy.
Well, that was a very ambitious, I'll go with, ambitious move. We shall see if we can take a look on the JSM accounting action replay. Come up the hill side by side. Facing in the right direction, which is always nice, so nobody's ended up facing the wrong way, so I don't think you can complain too much about that one. That is very much a 1 car wide entry into that corner. Going 2 by 2, yeah, I mean, you can, but it's very slow and it's fraught with danger. So that just leaves, with Griffo having that little bit of a moment, that just leaves Morgan and Willie out by themselves. We're down to... Oh, these guys are going to be tight for another lap, I would imagine. We're on lap 14. I think Willie
seconds. Oh, they might make it.
Willie and Morgan might get another lap. I think Griffo might just... Oh, Griffo's touch and go. I think he's really going to be pushing to get another lap. So we'll keep an eye on him coming down the main straight. Oh, Griffo just sneaks in. Kaizen crosses the line first in P6. Greggs is in a drag race with Rainbow Sox, manages to hold on for P7. Rainbow Sox missing out on P7 by 0.3 of a second. Good Dog.
Slip to the back.
Good Dog manages to take P9. George comes home P10. Pruski's had a bit of a shocker, it would seem, finishing in P11. So guys who managed to score the extra lap, well out in front to the tune of 6.5 seconds, 0 placement. Well, I hate to say it, but I think your number 1 placement for this one, mate.
Yeah, he's done a good job.
Has done a fantastic.
Them.
He's first in pole position, fastest lap, race win. Mate, you scored the trifecta.
Let's see if he can do the reverse grid.
Oh yeah, last the first challenge for you this time around, mate. And Excel, a little bit of weaving. Comes home, P2. Morgan Davies with a great drive from the back of the grid up to P3.
Yeah.
Willie, P4, and rounding out our finishes tonight is Griffo in P5, and that is all she wrote for race 1. Oh, well, I'm not going to lie, I was not expecting that result. I was not expecting somebody to just completely skip away from the rest of the field. I was anticipating a little bit closer, but you know, in my history of doing comms, the drivers in both the community series and the main game have the habit of taking my expectations and giving me the finger and doing something completely different. So the theme continues. I have no problem with that. So let us take a quick look at the race results while Mr. Bumcrack gets himself and the grid sorted for the next race. So rounding out our grid in P1 is a 0 placement with the win and the fastest lap of a 1:23.391, which is only a couple of tenths off his qualifier. P2 is Excel, P3 Morgan Davies, P4 is Willie, P5 Griffo, P6 Kaizen, P7 Greggs, P8 Rainbow Sox, P9 is Good Dog, P10 George, and rounding out in P11 is Pruski, who will be looking to pull off the master strategy for race 2. As in, he's going to be starting on pole position, and he knows it. So, could that have been the main objective for him there, do you think? Just checking in on the YouTube chat. Good evening, Mr. Grovel. What does his boy Elroy mean on the side of the black pink metal car? That is the Thunder Esports car, and to the best of my knowledge, his boy Elroy is a burger bar. Actually, I'll be a little more specific. It was awarded Australia's Best Burger Bar in 2022. His boy Elroy is all things burgers, craft beers, and sports. So I know where I'm going after calling the race tonight. I'm going to take a quick flight back to Wollongong, and I'm going to hook myself up with some beers and burgers. From what I understand, they may offer a Sector 1 discount, or at least hopefully that will be in the works. Hint, hint, artsy. Hook us up, mate. So yes, that's what his boy Elroy is for. It's one of Thunder Esports' main sponsors.
Alright. We've got a grid set up, ready to roll.
Mate, love your work. There is no mucking about with you.
Yeah, not what I remember, yeah.
You're most welcome, Grovel, and also good evening to the stranger and Dadson in the chat. Excel says send 0 to Div 1. Yeah, mate, we'll send him to Div 1 along with you. Alright, so without any further ado, what do you say we get back into this?
I think that is a great idea, and I'll start the race right about.
Beautiful. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, in the YouTube chat, throw in your predictions. Do you think there's going to be a last the first challenge being successful? Do you think Pruski's going to hold on to his current P1? Let us know what you think. Maybe even a grid prediction.
Well, I'm thinking Morgan's going to figure in it in the pointy end again.
Alright, the lights are out and the cars are underway. Pruski's got a beautiful start, looking to cover. The good dog wants to set it down the inside, thinks better of it. Hold his own. George slips it. Oh, good dog around the outside of George. Oh, it's a little bit argy-bargy, but I think there might have been a little bit of a redress there from George. Good to see. Kaizen up into P3. It's a little more pushy this time around than it was in race 1, but I mean, I guess that's to be expected. The guys have warmed up. They're a little bit more racy. Still pretty clean though. George into P4. Excel in P5.
Rainbow Sox has had a big moment.
Morgan Davies already up into P6. Oh, they're going 3 wide into the Ferrari S's. Gentlemen, settle down. Oh, Willie's looking for a place to stick it in on Morgan. Up through the S's. He's looking very, very racy in the mini NASCAR. Goes down the inside. Can't quite get it done under brakes. Morgan very loose on the exit. Looking further down the field. Greg's in P7. Rainbow Sox P8. He's got Griffo for company. P9. 0 placement. He's made his way up to P10. George has had probably not the greatest lap 1. Slipped back down to P11. Back up the front. Pruski's still holding his own. He's managed to hold on to his pole position. He's 1.5 seconds to the good. Out on Excel, who's got a very hot battle with Morgan Davies going up the inside of, or holding his own up the inside of Kaizen into corner that shall not be named. Morgan's managed to put Kaizen between himself and Willie. Greg's is up into P6. Oh, it's getting very feisty between the Good Doc and Rainbow Sox, side by side through the S's. Oh, gentlemen, play nice, please. Oh, I think Good Doc is just waiting for the carnage to settle. Griffo sends it down the inside. That was a fantastic move into P7.
Where did he come from?
He came from the stratosphere. So, ladies, I definitely want to take a look at that on replay. Griffo from absolutely nowhere. From the S's. Beautiful move under brakes. Love to see it.
Good Doc took him back there.
Yeah, Good Doc's like that. You'll get past him, but if you don't watch yourself and defend like on the very next couple of corners, you will pay for it. You will lose that spot you just grabbed. And Griffo is slipped back a little bit. I think he might have gotten a little bit ambitious. He's back into P10. 0 into P8 now, where Rainbow Sox has had not the greatest entry into the Ferrari S's and has picked himself up a half-second track limits penalty as well.
Wow.
So things going from bad to worse.
Oh, Griffo's
Whoa, Griffo again. He loves that corner.
doesn't he?
He didn't want to wait for the penalty burn zone. He just wanted to get the overtake done and dusted as quick as possible. Good Doc's going to have a bit of a fight now. He's got 0 right on his rear bumper. That's going to work in Greg's favour, who's up into P6. He's hunting down Kaizen. Oh, here we go. This pack is getting very, very feisty. Got Kaizen, Willie, Excel, Morgan, Pruski. In fact, the top six are within 2 seconds of each other. This is going to get very, very feisty indeed. As Morgan's moved up into the lead. He's got past Pruski just before the S's. Excel and Willie are getting a little bit feisty through the S's. Ball back into formation. Kaizen's, he's showing the nose a bit. A little bit of gamesmanship. Falls back into line. He was a little bit far back for that braking zone and he knows it. Oh, is that Pruski? No, that's not. Just wondering who that was running on the grass there. Oh, made wide hips through the first chicane, showing exactly how he's earned that nickname. Just positioning the car where you've got nowhere to go except the grass. And with these little Renaults, yeah, they don't like the grass that much. Doesn't stop these guys from using every little bit of track that they possibly can. What this battling is doing, it's working in Morgan Davies' favour. He's managed to crank himself out a 1.5 second lead at the moment. So Pruski's holding his own for the moment.
Pretty well.
Willie's got a pretty good run out of the S's. Pruski goes very defensive.
Ooh.
Willie around the outside.
Too much. And he loses the spot for it.
Oh, and Excel follows Pruski through on the inside. As Willie runs a bit wide. Oh, it's getting very, very willing now. Pruski's defending against Excel.
Oh.
Excel's defending against Willie. Willie's defending against Kaizen. And this is just bringing Greg's right up to the back of these guys. Keep fighting, he's screaming. Keep going, keep going. he's loving this. Because he is in an absolute prime position to pick up the scraps if, and I'm really hoping it doesn't, if anything goes wrong with these guys fighting in front of him. This is why we love the reverse grid, the race 2 of the community series, because it puts the guys who might be that little bit faster in the position where they have to work out how to get through traffic, and very much preferably do it cleanly, which so far these guys have been doing, which is fantastic to see. And when it goes well, it results in the absolutely cracking racing that we see. Oh, Excel too deep under brakes into the wall. That has there's no track out there, mate. All right, let's take a look at that on the JSM Accounting live action replay, if I can remember how to do it, because let's face it, it's been a little while. I'm rusty. Yeah, Excel very, very late on the brakes. Pretty sure there was a touch of handbrake going on there. But, you know, a bit of handbrake never hurts, because it allows you to put the car into the wall sideways rather than front on, which not only reduces the, you know, horrible damage you're going to receive, but also keeps you pointing in the right direction. As someone who has crashed into solid objects a lot, yeah, I feel confident in offering that piece of advice. So that's put Excel back down into P. I was about to say 6, but he's now.
They're going 3 wide.
Oh, 3 wide into the S's. Oh, this is going to go one of 2 ways.
3 down to 2, the other one.
Oh. Yeah, well done, boys. You've worked it out. Beautiful.
It did hurt though.
Yeah, so Excel's back on the hunt. Greg's has profited well from all this carnage. He's up into P5 now. Willie's still right on the back of Pruy. Pruy, oh god. I'm just going to pretend I never called him that. Please don't tell him, and hopefully he doesn't watch the stream.
I'm going to timestamp it.
Well, to be fair, he's probably been called worse things over the course of his life, so...
I can imagine.
Oh dear. So, Morgan Davies, how is he doing? He's, well, all this battling has just profited him immensely. He's 5.7 seconds to the good. Has done a best lap of a 123.959, but the fastest lap of the race at the moment is 0 placement with a 123.278, who's currently sitting in P8 and has not had a whole lot of TV time, and we'll give him some now because he's currently leading a 3-way battle between himself, Rainbow Socks, and the Good Doctor. Rainbow Socks and the Good Doc, they've been having an absolute ring-a-ding in this community round. Very evenly matched, both Category 2 drivers.
The Good Doc just pulled a great move on Socks. But then Socks got it back.
Just had it confirmed in the YouTube chat that his boy Elroy are very bloody good. So if one of the S1 guys has tried it and likes it, I will take that as a hint for the next time that I am up in Wollongong. I have absolutely no idea when that will be because that is a completely different state to which I live in, but that's alright, mental note. Rainbow Socks has cleared out a little bit from the Good Doc. He's currently on his personal best fastest lap. Greg's has had a little bit of a slip down to P7. We've got Griffo and Kaizen and Brewski going absolutely hammer and tong. Brewski's down into P4. Keep our eye on Kaizen here. He's going to be looking for a way past. As Willie slides up the inside of Excel going through the first chicane. Manages to hold the inside into turn 3. Don't think Excel's going to be happy about being beaten by Willie through that corner. He's going to look to go up the inside of the corner that shall not be named. Willie holding the defensive line. He's driving very defensive here, holding the inside for the entry into the Ferrari S's. Excel's taken the strategy of just get a better entry, get a great run through the S's, and then save your move for the braking zone in Mini NASCAR. Hopefully there's no repeat of a few corners, or a few laps previously. Willie goes defensive, hangs the inside. Excel's going to be looking for the switchback here. Can't quite get it done. Oh, here we go. Back to the 4-car battle. Oh.
Greg's had a big moment.
Bit of a tank slapper there coming out of Mini NASCAR. You can throw a blanket over these 4 cars. Zero placement. He's managed to work his way up into P7. Don't think he's working through the field as quickly as he'd like. I don't think that last to first challenge is on the cards for success tonight, unfortunately.
Possibly not.
Brewer doing what he does best. Putting the car on the track just in the right spot. Not giving you any opportunity to get past. I mean, I'm his teammate and I've had difficulty getting past him. So, I mean, good luck anyone else. Oh, he's a little bit wide there coming out of the S's. Zero's managed to put himself side by side. Bit of rubber panels there, but nothing untoward. Oh, Griffo's now right on the back of Zero. He might have a bit of a say in this conversation.
He really likes that corner, doesn't he?
He does. He's an absolute animal under brakes into that corner. Zero, Griffo. Greg's is hanging on the back there. Rainbow Socks, not too far behind. Just 1.1 seconds.
Oh, Fruski's... Oh, geez, Fruski. Moved across a few times.
Oh, we might be pushing the limits of defensive driving. But I think Griffo and Zero have finally managed to crack the defense. They've made their way past. And to be fair, they're probably going to skip away a little bit, I would imagine. Oh, hello. Someone up ahead's got a penalty. Who's been naughty? Oh, it's Kaizen, P4. Half-second track limit penalty. I would imagine that's from the Ferrari S's, and that is going to drop him right back into the clutches of Zero and Griffo. He's going to have to be careful here. Two and a half minutes to go in race 2. How are we looking up front? Morgan Davies, yeah, look, he's nearly 10 seconds out the front. Yeah. Well done to him. It's been a sensational drive. Not gonna
I think he was started in third last, I think.
Oh, somewhere towards the back of the grid. Yeah, outside the top.
Second or third last.
So he's done well. He's taken advantage of all the battling and just sliced his way through the pack. Skipped off out the front. Says, thank you very much for coming. I'll take the win. Cue commentator's curse. Big Willie style. Currently in P2. It's got a very narrow, just under a second gap back to Excel in P3. So I don't think that battle is done and dusted yet. What are we at? I'd say these guys might get this lap and one more.
Yes.
Kaizen still in P4. But he does have Zero and Griffo. I'm going to have to call him Kaizo. I'm going to go with Kaizo. So you've got Kaizo, Zero and Griffo. Can I sound any more bogan? Yes, yes I can. But not without considerable effort. So Kaizo goes defensive into the corner that shall not be named. It does allow you to hold your line, but it does compromise your entry speed and your exit speed. If you're not careful, someone can and will hang it around the outside.
Yes.
Zero holds his line, Griffo backs off. They all fall into formation going through the Ferrari S's. Smart work, lads, smart work. As Kaizo goes defensive, can Zero hang it around the outside? He was thinking about it. Griffo loves that corner.
Yeah, he came in a bit too hot then, I think.
Was there a bit of a tap there on?
Yeah.
A bit of a tap
It
on
was.
Zero? Oh,
Yeah.
as we do have guys crossing the line. Only Morgan Davies and Big Willie style we're going to get that extra lap. So Excel finishes in P3. Kaizen P4, Griffo P5, Zero P6, Grego P7, Rainbow P8, Pruo P9, Giorgio P10, Good Doco P11. So we're going to get a little bit of a look at me time for Morgo out in P1. He's done very well this race. Not only managed to cut his way through the field in a rapid time, but has managed to basically just keep walking away without looking back. As he comes into mini NASCAR for the final time. Little bit of sideways action. It's Morgan. It's going to happen. So he's going to take the win. Race 2, round 1 of the Sector 1 Community Series, Season 10. And a little bit of look at me, TV time for Big Willie-O. He's done well. He's been a surprise package, I think, in this race.
Yeah. He's done that Kraken livery proud.
Yeah, I would imagine you are very happy with the Willie and his performance tonight.
It's good to get a car back with not too many scratches.
It's always nice to get it back nice and straight and relatively the way you lent it out.
Yeah.
All right, so let's have a quick recap of the race results from race 2. So with the race win is Morgan Davies, P2 Big Willie Styles, P3 Excel, P4 Kaizen with a very close finish over P5 Griffo, and P6 Zero just had that little bit of, I don't know if there was some bumping or grinding or whether it was a little bit of grass clipping and some sideways action going on in the final turn, not sure, but does get the consolation prize of the fastest lap of a 1:23.278. P7 is Greg's. P8, the Rainbow Socks. P9, Pruski, who defended his heart out, but unfortunately just couldn't hold himself up the higher end of the grid. P10 is George, and rounding out our grid tonight, P11 is the Good Doc. And that is all she wrote. So, YouTube chat, tell me, who do you think driver of the day? Mr. Bumcrack, any thoughts from you on driver of the day?
I really like Griffo. He put a big effort into tonight. He was just there all the time.
Yep, definitely. Tell you what, my thoughts. I've had to flip a coin actually. On one hand, on one side of the coin, you've got Griffo. And on the other side of the coin, is Big Willie.
Yeah,
he definitely was, every pun intended, he was the surprise package of tonight. From the good old US of A, we don't get a lot of American drivers, obviously due to time zone differences and whatnot, so it's nice to have him on board. I'm thinking I'm going to throw my driver of the day towards Big Willie.
Yeah, right. No, definitely deserved.
Checking in the YouTube chat, we've got a driver of the day for Morgan, driver of the day for Big Willie, driver of the day split between Zero and Willie, another one for Willie, another one for Willie, one for Griffo, another one for Griffo. Look, it's looking like Big Willie takes it.
Yeah, I reckon so. Big Willie had the surprise package.
You have no idea how hard it was to keep a straight face when I said that. I'm struggling, I'm not gonna lie. There's so many puns I can make and so much time until 9 o'clock, so I'm rather limited in what I can say, but I'm doing the best I can. Well, thank you very much everyone for tuning in to the Sector 1 Community Series, round 1. Hope you're adjusting rather well to the new Saturday night time slot. I know it's going to take me a little bit, but that's okay. Don't forget to tune in, well, if you're not actually driving tomorrow night, which includes both yourself and myself.
Yep.
Tomorrow night is round 2 of the main game series, where we will be racing at Laguna Seca. So it sounds like you and I have a plane to catch after the stream tonight, Mr. Plummer.
Yes, we've got to get over there. Do some more practice. Geez, I need more practice.
You and me both. The car's feeling good. The driver, not so much, but that's okay. So tomorrow night is round 2, and then next Sunday night will be Category 1's round 2 of the main game. And I believe, off the top of my head, actually next Saturday night will be round 2 of the community series, so that will be between the Cat 2 and the Cat 1 races on the Saturday night. I would love to be joining you all again. Unfortunately, I have this pesky thing known as a wedding anniversary that I have to attend, so in the interests of my own personal health and safety, I will be handing the keys to the comms box over to the banker for the evening, and will be making myself present at my anniversary celebrations. Here it's the key for a long and healthy life.
It is indeed.
Well, I think that's enough dribbling from me. Thank you everyone for tuning in tonight, jumping in the YouTube chat. I'd also like to say thank you to our series sponsors for the community series, being in Boxer Beauty. Thank you very much for your support in helping us bring the community series on board, and also being a sponsor in the main game. And unless you have anything else to add, Mr. Plummer?
No, it was a very good night of racing. I thought it was very clean, very fair, and good fun to watch.
It was indeed, and hopefully that is a sign of things to come for the community series, and to be fair, the main game as well this season.
Indeed.
Alright, so without further ado, I bid you a good night. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Bye-bye.
Good night.